He cleared a little spot on that hill. With a deep sigh, he slowly made a bed for the contents of his basket and lay down on it. He pillowed his head on a handkerchief and jacket. He covered his old aching bones with an army blanket. His body shook under the load of its injuries and pain and disease. His eyes wept, and the wound under his bandage continued to bleed. With one last deep sigh, he closed his eyes and died. Oh, how I cried to witness that death. I sat down in an old abandoned cart and wailed and mourned as one who has no hope. I wept because I had come to love the Ragman. As I had followed him, I had watched him work wonders and change lives so profoundly that it didn't seem fair that he was gone. He had taken those things that were soiled and damaged beyond repair and had replaced them with the new and the whole. He had offered hope to the damaged and the lost of the city. But if the Ragman was gone, then my hope was gone as well. I felt such an overwhelming sense of grief and loss that I remained in the private seclusion of the rusted out car and sobbed myself to sleep. I did not know, how could I know that I slept through Friday night and Saturday and on through Saturday night as well. But then on Sunday morning, I was awakened by a violence that shook me to the core of my being. Light, pure light, hard, insistent light, slammed against my tear-stained face and demanded that I awake. When I was finally able to open my eyes, I blinked against the light and squinted in the direction of the pile of the trash where the Ragman's body had been. As I looked, I saw the last and first wonder of all. The Ragman was there, yes, but he was no longer dead. He was alive. There he stood, folding the old army blanket carefully and laying it atop the neatly arranged handkerchief and jacket. Beside the scar on his forehead, there was no other evidence of what had previously taken upon himself. There was no sign of sorrow or age, no evidence of illness or deformity. His body was whole and strong, and all the rags that he had gathered shined for cleanliness. I wept to see him again. When I thought that hope had died along with the Ragman, I had abandoned any hope for my own life. And yet there he stood, healthy and whole. Climbing from my shelter, I moved toward the Ragman, trembling from what I had seen and because of what I knew I needed to do. Walking to him with my head lower, I spoke my name to him with shame. Looking up into his clear, loving, compassionate eyes, I spoke with yearning in my voice. Rags, please take my tired rags and replace them with new ones. And he did just that, taking the old, tired rags of my existence that covered the griefs and wounds of a life sadly lived. He replaced them with the new clothes of a life spent following him. He put new rags on me, and I am now a reflection of the hope he offers to us all. Amen.